Hey everybody, William Larson here with Intoxicating Ideas. Ended up waiting a few days because I knew I was going to get my hair cut and didn't want to look all mangy on camera any longer than I needed to, so sorry about the delay. This episode is one that I'm, wanting to delay anyhow because of the content, as you can see in the description there. Wanting to get comfortable enough, and, here we are. This is one of those concepts that, like with most, happened because I was in a situation where, I found this necessary. I've been told by a few women that I am a bit of a freak, and I'm, into tying women up and having some fun. So one of those nights I was thinking like, wow, this would be way more convenient and if I didn't have to untie her every time I wanted to change positions. So that's pretty much where I came up with this concept of the, sex swing canopy, to pretty much minimize any type of away time that you would be taking while having fun with each other. So, yes, I do have a sketch about this, but instead of, forcing you guys to look at a crude picture that I'm putting up to the camera crudely, it just seemed a little bit better to bring in a prop. So, I've got in this outside canopy frame that I'm going to use to help explain it a little bit, and just thought this would be a little bit more entertaining for me as well as you there watching this. So here we go. We'll jump right into the sex swing canopy. So with this, obviously, as with any canopy, you would have the 4 poles extending outwards of your bed, king, queen, California, whatever size you would want. And, this is probably going to be one of those higher end products if it were to ever be created, because it would take a lot for, construction and security and everything else in between, but still seemed like a fun idea to share. So, with this, you'd have each pole constructed, obviously way thicker than what's going on here, but within each individual pole would be a pulley system. Now, with each of those pulley systems, you would have the option to add on your straps. So you could easily hook one in on each side, and then these with the pulley would be able to be leveled whichever way you want to. So, start at the bottom because that's where the floor is. You want to keep somebody, fixed down, but could be raised up. And the whole concept is, being able to raise maybe one side, both sides, if you're trying to bring up the rear of somebody or the head of somebody. The other thing that I thought would be kind of cool is, switching positions from like face down to face up. So I thought it'd be great if we could electronically figure this to where the 2 pulley systems crossed on different paths. As long as you're rotating one way, the body itself would rotate under. You'd have to tuck in, the one part that's rolling, but could go from like face down, roll, boom, face up, and then get dropped back down. Now, the swing sex part of this, everything would essentially be harnessed right here in the top apex of the canopy here. This is where the swing itself would be harnessed, and ideally what I'd like to see is it's tucked in here and could be dropped down at any given moment, and it could be used isolated as a sex swing in the middle of your bed, just to enhance pleasure, positioning, knees on the bed, raise her up a little bit, him, her, whatever your thing is. But you could use it strictly as a sex swing. But one of the things that I thought would be cool for both parties involved would be using the swing set harness to hold the middle ground. And even with the 4 straps to hold ankles and wrists, elevate the whole body up to where they almost get a semi-weightless feeling. And then, you know, you can continue having fun with them, weightless, not fixed to just one position on the bed. So, yeah. I just thought that the sex swing canopy idea was, you know, a little bit of a novelty idea, and again, high end, would take a lot of money to construct and a lot of money to acquire, but for the dedicated freaks, totally could be worth it. And this whole concept with just the basic, you know, pulley system inside up to the top with the swinging, you know, the swing hanging down. It's all just a general concept. I've got elevated ideas. This is always just going to be, you know, the beta product that I'm introducing. Because, you know, there's security features and also other positional features that I would like to include. But, you know, for a basic construct of being able to, you know, have the straps way down here, just tie your significant other down and have fun, elevate that at will, and, you know, this would obviously have to be plugged into the wall for a power source and have a remote to where you could start out at 1, and then you could have preset conditions like raise to level 3, raise to level 6, where one face is down and the ass is up, or the face is up and the ass is down, or the flip, you know, like all of that involved. So, yeah, I kind of thought this would be just an entertaining idea to share with everybody, and if it were to ever be constructed, that would be super fun also. You know, heck, I've got ideas for the adult film industry and just different film ideas. So, like I said, that's kind of where my head goes with that. You know, this is the 7th episode. Now that I got my haircut, I'll go ahead and knock out the other 2 to finish off the app and the existential idea, and then I'll do an overview. It's terrible, but I'll do an overview at the end, maybe one more about the whole, you know, recent Corona thing. But other than that, I really hope everybody's enjoyed previous videos. I hope you like the idea about my, you know, sex swing canopy, and I look forward to seeing everybody soon. All right, have a good one.